Hey everybody, it's Sergio with the RideShare Guy. Welcome to a special episode of Behind the Wheel, a very popular series, obviously, on our channel. Today we have a first. We have a gig economy couple from Boston, Massachusetts. Welcome, guys. Please introduce yourselves.
My name is Ronald, and this is my wife, Damaris. We drive out of Boston, Massachusetts, the southern suburbs.
That's awesome. So, let's talk a little bit about your past, what you guys did in the past before you got into the gig economy and how long you've been at it. Let's go with Ronald first, and then we'll go with Damaris.
All right. I started in 2017 before we got married out of Dallas, Texas. I was in the construction industry making 30 something dollars an hour. And then we moved to Massachusetts and I started making 30 something an hour doing Uber full time. So I said, hey, I'll stick with Uber. We can make a living. So.
Okay. That was 2017. How about you, Damaris?
Well, I started in about 2015. I used to live in Florida. I started there where Uber is starting to grow. Uber and Lyft at the same time, so about 8 years. So doing that. Then we got married. I did also in Texas, and now we are doing Massachusetts.
So you're actually more of a veteran than your husband. So
oh, yeah.
You've seen it all. Okay, cool. So what made you guys get into the gig economy? I mean, I had W-2s before, obviously. Ronald said he was in construction. What did you do before the gig economy, Damaris?
Well, so I am immigrant, so I got a career in my country, but like an old immigrant, we came here to start again. So cleaning house, working in nursery homes, taking care of children, And then I saw I want more because I want to get a flexible hour to study again. So I saw my opportunity. So don't feel pressure for managers. So I decided to try Uber and Lyft. So it was a really good option to continue the study and do all the things freely here.
Yeah, great. So you've been at it for a while. Obviously, you're both veterans. You've seen the good, the bad, and sometimes the ugly. Okay. We call it the way we see it. I mean, not everything is horrible in the gig economy. I mean, millions and millions of people are doing it, but is that the only thing you both are doing now? Your whole household income is dependent on the gig economy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And which one of you?
Yeah,
I mean, I know you guys just had a baby. Congratulations. So, well, not just, but 6 months ago. So you probably didn't work as much, Damaris, right? And then Ronald is doing bulk of the work. But when you guys were both working full time, was it full time? Was it part time? How's that work out?
We both worked full time. We're trying most of the times to max out the hours, get up early because we're in the southern suburbs of Boston. So a lot of people going to the airport 3 a.m., 2 a.m. So make that a hop 1 hour drive. Made a lot of money doing that. Then on our way back home, just take passengers on the way using the filters that are both the Uber and Lyft apps.
Drive each, one car, or you have your own cars, or how's that going?
Well, we have two cars. We have a hybrid, and then we have just a regular gas car. So, hybrid, we're averaging about 38 miles per gallon. The gas car is like 22. So,
okay. So
we switch.
So, Ronald, do you do mostly? I know you do rideshare as well as deliveries. And how about you, Damaris? Same thing?
Yes.
Yes, I used to. I started in Miami at the same time with passenger and delivery, but I like more passenger, but during the pandemic, we worked the whole year just in delivery.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That was the good times. That was the good times, right? Yeah. And so I mean, it's very rare that I run into drivers as a couple, right? Are working in the same city, probably different hours, but you guys are basically helping each other, right? So when you're both out at the same time, let's say, you're probably saying, okay, it's busy here, let's do this, let's do that. Is that what you guys do? I mean, you guys are tag teaming basically when you're working?
Oh yeah, that's what we do. We were working full time. We were working a lot of money, $2,000 a week each. So working the max hours, 12 hours. So it's like, okay.
Okay. Are you still doing, are the earnings still at that level for you guys both?
No, because we have the little ones, so we kind of
Mhm.
cut back on our driving, cut back on our hours to kind of support each other at this time. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because Boston is actually one of the better cities to be a driver in because we keep track of all the other cities. Like very lucky you're not in Texas anymore, or
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Florida and
We
Texas is
love
horrible.
oh yeah.
we love Boston. So
Yeah,
When
yeah.
she left Dallas, she was making
So
900 a week.
give me a typical day for each of you, one at a time. What time you start, what time you finish. I know you said you work a full shift, 12 hours, but obviously you're not going to be out at the same time. You have a baby. So give me like a regular day in the life of Ronald and Damaris.
The regular day is I work split shifts. So I like to get up early, 2 a.m., go out, make some money, try to get $150, $200, come back home around 10, eat breakfast with my family, take a couple of hours off. Then in the afternoon, go back out. So complete the 12-hour shift. So because in
Right.
Massachusetts, we're blessed. It surges a lot in different towns. So if you know that timer, you can be there, boom. You can double, triple your income real quick. So that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
yeah.
How about you, Damaris?
Well, so in the past, I used to work between 10 hours. So usually to be in the car at 4 a.m. every day, just 6 days a week. So most of the time, the 12 hours really good. I really enjoy. But after the baby, so I change a little bit. So I do sometime maybe 6 hours.
Mhm.
So try to be adapted to motherhood and do all the things. So, but usually I like to go immediately to Boston to make the money. So really quick and go back home to continue the teams with my baby.
Yeah, but you both have a strategy though, right? You're not okay. So on our show we call cherry pickers and ants, right? So cherry pickers and
We're in
ants
both
always
categories.
we're always at each other, right? So
Oh
so
yeah,
what
we're in
kind of
both
drivers are you?
categories. Oh yeah, I'm the cherry picker, more the cherry picker. She's more the ant. So she loves Boston and traffic. I don't.
Yeah,
So
but see,
yeah,
this is an interesting thing. See, we have two members of a family. They both go out in the same city. One cherry picks, and one accepts pretty much everything, right? So,
oh yeah,
who makes more money? That's what I want to know.
Well, but like to do really good money.
oh yeah.
So the only difference, he like to be more aside the stress of the traffic.
Oh yeah.
So Boston, the traffic is really horrible in the morning, in the afternoon.
Yeah,
But I like it because I don't know. I like to talk more with people in the city. There are something I really love. People in Boston like to tip more,
right.
so make the money, grow really fast.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So
Well,
you're both
my
happy doing.
customers.
You're both happy doing. One is a cherry picker, one is an ant, and then
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
there's this little battle going on. But I
Oh
think
yeah.
Ronald, I think cherry pickers days are numbered. I think from what I'm seeing in my city of Los Angeles, the offers are so horrible that I go like, there are no cherries to pick. So what do you do, Ronald, when there are no cherries to
Oh
pick?
yeah. Well, I'm up at different. What I learned is when I get up different times of the day or night when I'm sleeping, I watch the app. I watch the towns in Massachusetts to see, okay, at this time, this one surges, Boston. So I surge in about 3 a.m. So if I need to leave 2 a.m. to get up there, that's what I do. So
Yeah.
I just pick my little area and I rather have the surge instead of the tip. So I
Yeah.
can
Well,
do a
that's great
3 mile
advice, though.
ride for 40
That's great.
bucks.
That's great advice. You study the patterns, and that's what we say all the time. You have to study. You have to put some work into this. You cannot just go
Oh
out
yeah.
willy-nilly, accept every trip, and then take the app. App takes you all over the place. So I always ask this to the people who I interview. So give me 2 things you love about the gig economy and give me 2 things you hate about the gig economy.
You can go first.
Go to first.
Well, 2 things I like. One is I love the flexibility. And the other one, I love just meeting people, because once we moved from Texas to Massachusetts, the history, talking to different customers, the different diverse communities, just restaurants, museums, different things, sites to go see. I love interacting with them. And sometimes just talking to a person, they're like, oh, you're the best driver I had. Here's a tip. Like, okay, woohoo, thanks. Got to buy some diapers.
Yeah. So personally, I like to interact with people too. One of the things I like too, I starting to do in Miami, and visiting new places. So bringing people there. So I've never been here in these places. For example, right now in my family, we are the only member in my family in Massachusetts. No, almost all Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
They have been living here for many years. They don't know nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They don't know nothing really. So I have a really good experience in Miami, in Texas. So amazing places here in Massachusetts too. So there are, I can say, in other hands, about sometimes depending the area I am driving, sometimes I can find people like to be really tricky.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I say no. So there is a rules, so I have to follow. So I respect my job. So no, this is the regulation for this job, because there are really everything depends there. But let me see the city or the town. There are some people like to be really tricky. I had a lot of experience about that too.
Yeah.
So, but the most is enjoying visiting places and talk with people. So enjoy the trip really.
Okay, how about a couple of things you guys dislike about the gig economy, if there is?
A couple of things that I don't like is the names, the aliases. Like, we both got the same customer. I got pick up Lucifer. The fee was good. I mean, the fee was nice. I hit accept, and it said pick up Lucifer. I'm like, cancel. Why? Not safe to pick up. A couple days later, she got the same request. Well, cancel. Not safe to pick up. So, and we get a lot of aliases. Like, I picked up one guy they had a request from a jail in Dallas. I think his name was Jailbird. Once I hit accept, pick up Jailbird. I don't think so. Not at 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't think so.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're working on that. Hopefully that's going to stop soon.
And the second thing I don't like, Sergio, is with Lyft. I used to love those long pickups before upfront fares came, because there are passengers I would get paid from the time I started the trip to the end. And those passengers were grateful. And now we have so many that they just don't get picked up here in Massachusetts. So I'm not going to drive 15 miles to pick someone up, drive them 1 mile for $4. Like, nope.
Yeah. Well,
So
okay. How about you, Damaris? What do you not like about it? I mean, it seems like you're enjoying yourself, driving people, meeting people, figuring out the new parts of the city, but there must be a couple things you don't like about the gig economy.
well, I can say the same team. So it's usually Uber and Lyft are taking advantage over the drivers in this year after the pandemic, because the fee are really low. Yeah. So it's not fair. It happened to me too. So take a long trip, for example. Usually I used to drive from our town to Boston, 15 miles for between $90 and $1,000.
Yeah, and 100.
But now, 90 and 100.
Right.
So, but now it's about $40, $45. So it's not worth it. So it's like a Uber and Lee say, okay, this is our year. Yeah. So we are going to treat the passenger and drivers. So sometimes in this day, some passenger asks me how much Uber are paying for the trees. I say, I don't know yet. I have to finish the tree to tell you. Yeah. So I never said that kind of conversation with my passengers. Sometimes they ask me, they want to say the conversation, and they say, okay, for this trip, I pay $70. So when I say, well, I don't know, I have to finish the trip with you, and I'm going to see how much Uber going to pay me.
Yeah.
But I never show the passenger. After I drop the passenger, I see the fee is really low. So they are getting a lot of money from the passenger, charging money.
Yeah.
So, wow, they're going to pay me just maybe $30 from $70. So what happened here?
Yeah.
So they taking advantage, in this year from drivers. So it's for me, it's not fair, really. I've been a lot of changes, so it looked like, okay, we are going to get the money, we are going to do whatever we want. So, so really, it's really sad what is happening this year.
Yeah. Well, that's the top complaint from a lot of drivers. Obviously, we're the largest channel out there, and we talk to thousands of drivers. They go, we're doing all the work, and they're making all the money. Sometimes Uber is making more money than the driver, which is like, they don't own the car, they don't maintain the car, they don't put the gas in, they don't buy insurance, right? So I'm going like, yeah, there are things to change. So we have a couple of minutes remaining. So I'm so happy to find drivers or couples like you, because I'm actually looking for more couples, who are doing gig work and making it happen, right? Even when things are slow, or when things are, Uber's taking a lot of the fare, obviously. You guys are still making it happen. And to me, the most important thing is the attitude, right? The attitude doesn't pay the bills. Don't get me wrong, okay? But attitude is important. Like, when you get out there with a nasty attitude, the customer is not going to be happy. They're not going to tip, and because look, the customer knows you. You're the representative of Uber and Lyft and Uber Eats and Doordash.
Yeah.
Guys do. The customer doesn't know the company. I mean, or the CEO of the company, right? So give our audience some advice from a couple, full-time gig working couple. Give us, it could be about advice about anything. It doesn't have to be just gig work. Give our audience some advice, about how to be successful at this. Okay.
Well, my number one is multi-app. I do Uber, it's my number one. I do Doordash, it's my number two. I do Lyft, it's my number three. And then I do roadies. So between the multi-apps, the slow periods, the saturation in the market, I'm able to maintain our lifestyle just by multi-apping throughout the day. So just keep a positive attitude. So, I mean, there's some crazies out there, and just for us, we're praying people. We have a channel where we pray for people, the drivers. So that helps us a lot. So the atmosphere in our vehicle, because we never know the person behind us with the ski mask on, what they're going to do. You just never know. So I just play instrumental Christian hymns, and whatever they have in their mind, most of the time just kind of goes away. So that's what I do. So.
Yeah. So my advice, the first thing, we are a Christian, right? So we pray before let the house start our job. So the first thing I can say is keep positive mind, because there are many people doing this to support their family, support children, pay bills. Everything is make like a discipline. The hours, see what hour is more convenient, what hours are really high to make better money. Also, other thing is the city of the towns, the city, for example, like Ronald like search, okay, there are certain hours, this part of the city is busy. For example, the hour at the airport, I like to go to the airport sometime. So, okay, this is my time. How much I can make every day, to cover my beer, for example. So how much I like to do during the week is other thing. So everything is make a plan. So we do this job we plan. We are going to get really good results. Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't agree with Damaris more, actually, Ronald. I think she has it nailed. It's more than you. Here's it. We always say the 3 Ps, right? The 3 Ps are patience, right? Position, planning. And she seems like she has a plan. Ronald, it seems
I
like,
told you real, didn't I?
Let me tell you something, Sergio. So it's remind me when many time when I many people talk to me, oh, I would like to start to drive. Oh, I already started. So I asked, for how long have you doing? Oh, I had 3 months, but I turned the app in front of my house, but I never got passenger.
yeah.
So no.
Yes.
So no, there are certain areas you're never going to find a passenger. It happened to me, for example, in Miami. I used to live in the southeast of Miami, specifically Homestead in Miami. So that area for that time was it just only in the morning was busy, but the rest of the day I never was there. I was more downtown, South Beach, amazing. North Miami Beach, awesome.
Yeah.
I say, no, you have to see all the time. You have to read your app and see the message. So what area are really busy in what time?
Yeah.
Because if you like to stay, you're going to find passenger in your neighborhood. You're never going to make the money. You have to move and talk other drivers. What is the town here in this area are busier during the day or higher hours, so peak hour. So it is a study, make a study that your area or your town, what is the best hour to make the money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you
I like to make the money.
are the poster child. Look, you two are the poster child of the gig economy because you have a plan, you have a strategy, you study your market, which is the most important thing. You have to study your market. There is a different rhythm in every city, right? Boston has a different rhythm than Miami. Miami has a different rhythm than Austin, Texas, right? So, I mean, you have to figure that out because a lot of drivers, they just want the money. I'm like, no, nobody's going to give you anything for free. You have to put what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And you two, I mean, I'm so thrilled to speak to you. And you both have figured it out in your own ways. And it seems like, you have a good thing going. And I truly appreciate it. Thank you for the time. Thank you for talking to our audience. And if there is anything in closing you guys want to add, you have a minute. The floor is yours.
Well, the highlight of our career was we got to take 2 of our vehicles across a ferry to Martha's Vineyard and drive for 2.5 weeks last year. And woo, it's only 20 miles the island, but we made a lot of money, had a nice little paid vacation, romance, and had a good time. So
yeah, this is the good thing to be, a Uber or Lyft driver. So you can go everywhere. For example, I remember I spent 2 months in New York. Yes, only we Uber Eats.
Yeah.
So everywhere when we go, so we can work and make the money.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing.
You're taking your bank with you, right? It's like the car, and you're ready to earn some money. Look, the economy has its challenges, obviously, but you're the perfect example of what's good about the gig economy, right? You're both are doing well. You're supporting your family. You're, have a roof over your head, and these are the good things about the gig economy. Are there things to fix? Of course there are, and we're working on it, obviously. But again, my pleasure to meet you both. We'll definitely keep in touch.
Thank you.
And you be healthy. God bless your family, and be safe, more importantly.
Likewise.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. Thanks for everything you're doing for the gig economy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thanks for watching this episode of Behind the Wheel on the RideShare Guy. We've been doing these interviews for the past 6 months with very successful drivers from different cities around the nation. Click here for another episode. Make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications for other episodes of Behind the Wheel, as well as amazing content on our channel.